San Diego. This is Chief Correspondent Tyler with Channel 4 News. I'm here with my co-anchorman Ryan, and we're delighted to have you join us. This morning, we dive deep into the world of sketchy statistics. This one comes to you from the Quarterly Journal of Economics from all the way back in May of 2001. According to John Donahue and Stephen Levitt, increased levels of abortion have caused a decrease in crime.
You know, that's interesting, Tyler. I have an article here that's also from the Quarterly Journal, and it's from the same authors, but the headline reads, "The decrease in crime is not associated with increased levels of abortion."
Wow, is that so, Ryan? Despite using the same study and data, scientists are still unable to conclude causation based on the facts. Statistics like this really make me think about the method used to arrive at such startling facts.
You're not the only one. Many people have a hard time discerning fact from fiction. It doesn't help that there are a variety of ways statistics can be modified, including definitional changes, measurement techniques, and packaging of information.
That's right, Ryan. While it's often easy to assume facts like this are valid, how can we know for sure? We took to the busy streets of San Diego last night to see what the public thinks about this statistic.
Excuse me, sir. What are your thoughts on the statistic that the legalization of abortion has reduced crime rates?
Well, that's an interesting question. What do you mean by crime?
I'm not sure. Does it really matter?
Yes, actually, it does matter. You see, crime is a broad definition that encompasses many cases. Furthermore, since abortion was legalized nationwide in 1973 with Roe versus Wade, laws have changed and the definition of crime has expanded.
So what's your point?
My point is this: to say that abortion has reduced crime rates is an error by technical measures. It is an attempt to simplify a very complex issue in order to inform the public, when in fact the statistics you present are merely representations of the definitions you choose. There is a mediating variable between abortion and crimes committed, and that is the number of people alive. If you have less people, of course, there's going to be less crime.
All right. Well, all right. Let's send it over to Jorge and hear from another pedestrian.
Hello, sir. We're here with Channel 4 News, and we just have a quick statistic we'd like to share with you and gauge your thoughts on that. Would you be willing to talk to us for a few minutes?
Absolutely.
So I'm sure you've already heard, but a new statistic came out that shows that legalization of abortion has led to a 30% reduction in crimes committed. Do you have any strong viewpoints you'd like to share with us?
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was just talking to some of my coworkers about that. We were a little perplexed by how people view certain statistics.
Could you please elaborate?
Now the statistic mentions that crimes are dropped by 30%. But how do we know how much is the 30%? Is it out of 100 people, 1 million, the whole world?
So what you're saying is that there is an issue with the percentage being odd or peculiar, and it's not a valid statistic?
Exactly. It might actually be a valid statistic, but we are not really sure how big or how small 30% is. The statistic is very conveniently twisted to show that there is a correlation between legalized abortion and crimes, whereas the impact might have been magnified than what it actually is.
That is an excellent point. Thank you for taking your time to talk with us.
All right. Hey, how'd your interview go?
My interview was very interesting, and my random civilian had great insights on the two different statistics. The first headline was, in my opinion, a great statistic that managed to avoid many of the different statistical errors. This article or statistic looked at a time period that was very broad and had lots of information that could be used to accurately show trends over almost 2 decades worth of research. Unlike some statistics that use convenient time frames to bias the reports, this allows for a reliable statistic based on growth rates, population density, and changes in law enforcement.
That's a good point. I have to say, after reading the article, I agree with headline 1 as well. As stated, the majority of those who had abortions were those who were less willing or unable to provide a nurturing home environment. Those who were raised in difficult home environments have been found to be more likely to participate in criminal activity. I wonder what the guys back at the studio are talking about.
In conclusion, this is a very difficult topic to have strong independent views on. Each side of the debate has their own pros and cons depending on the way an individual thinks. They might agree or disagree with the fact that legalization of abortion has had a negative effect on the number of crimes committed.
Our facts about the statistic and all the interviews that we displayed might play an integral role in swaying your mind or the side, or on one side or the other. But our goal is not to change your views. It is much rather for us as a news channel to portray the facts to the people that are watching. There are also a lot of other factors associated with the statistic. For example, in a situation where the crime rates have altered, dropped significantly, it might not be the best idea to use mean as a measure of statistic, base our decisions off solely that.
That's right, Ryan. This is because a large change in the mean will alter our interpretations of the statistic in a large way. Taking median as our primary function in this statistic would be a better solution, as it would not only be highly affected by the individual figures in the statistic. Depending on what position you take, the headline can be "Abortions cut crime by 30%," or "A rise in crime is not associated with increase in abortions."
At the end of the day, statistics may seem daunting to understand. It's important to remember that with a little fact-checking, it's possible to weed through it all. I'd like to leave you with this last example of why it's important to think about statistics. A term called reverse directionality refers to the idea of which variable caused the other. According to Donahue and Levitt, a rise in abortions caused there to be a decrease in crime. However, some may argue that a decrease in crime may cause more mothers to abort their children. With that, we'll leave you. Have a great day and enjoy the weather in San Diego.